All right, all right. Another Wednesday night edition.
Yes, it is.
Ken's View.
Oh, yeah.
Look who made it back from London all in one piece.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. How many other words did you learn?
That's about it. At least that we can say. At least that we could say on the air here. Especially after the Saturday night baseball game. I think I even created some new words over there when I was there.
You were teaching them the real English language?
Oh yeah. Definitely had some new words coming over on Saturday night after the game. But we made it back.
All right. Hey, this isn't a normal edition of This Fan's View. I'm sure you didn't have time to calculate.
No baseball, no.
Okay, good.
Jen's still at the top of the list.
Because I'm sure Jen's still at the top of the list, and
exactly,
you can get all figured out for when she gets back.
Exactly.
Good. So, with all that being said, we're gonna go back in time a little bit, like maybe to Thursday night.
All right.
I saw a very what looked like a smirk on somebody's face as he was eating his Chickies and Pete's crab fries in the airport. Waiting
well in advance of his flight.
Yeah, well in advance.
Oh yeah, 3 hours in advance, 2.5 hours, whatever it was.
So I don't know. I don't think any of us scripted anything for tonight, which is perfectly fine.
Do we ever script?
I've never seen a script.
Now you guys are making me feel like a jackass.
I mean, you mentioned the word script. I've never seen a script.
We've sent footnotes back and forth. John and I talk about what we're going to talk about.
Oh, right.
You have sent stuff to both of us. Hey, I went over this with my dad. I think this will be a good idea. Ba ba ba.
Right.
Am I right?
Am I right? Formal scripts, sure.
All right. I mean, I think it's more on the ba 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 side, but sure.
The ba 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 side. Well, you guys know I take notes and I write things down and
I don't see anything on that piece of paper.
Nothing.
Okay.
Zero. Because I didn't want to. I want Johnny to explain to all of our listeners, viewers, anybody that cares, because let me tell you, we got some rocking numbers.
Oh yeah.
Reaching out to the world.
I think the one video is almost up to 100,000 now. I'm hoping.
I mean, I don't know who we're reaching. I don't know who it is, but can I get 1% of them to come visit Carl's Cards and Collectibles in Havertown?
Exactly.
Possibly.
It's all good. I mean, we're the word is out. Johnny, you did a fine job, and you were putting a lot of stuff together. I know it was a long, exhausting trip for you, but wherever you want to take us, we might have some questions in between. The listeners may have some questions.
Absolutely.
I see you still have your tag on. Have you been home? Have you showered? Have you slept in your bed? What's going on?
I did sleep in my bed. So let's first put up the graphics for the London here, since Lauren took a lot of time to make that. So
definitely
we'll get that up there.
And it was rather useful. I know I used it as much as possible with my blog. People were interested. John, you set the tone early, and I don't think you disappointed.
Well, I thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was fun. Like I said, to finish up with the rant, it started off. We were right crack of dawn. We were up and going to the airport. No traffic. I mean, it was like straight sailing. It was like the president was coming in town. Here you go. Let's get him down to the airport. Wait.
El Presidente.
I think there was two people in front of us in security line. Everybody's like, "Oh, security is going to be horrible." we get there. Fortunately, Chicky and Pete's was there because otherwise I'd be starving and it would have been miserable. But world famous Chicky and Pete's was there. I was able to have crab fries, so they shut me up for a little while. Um, and so we got on board, had a nice flight. Couldn't sleep though. Couldn't sleep the whole ride over there. It was bad.
Why couldn't you sleep?
That's a good question. I don't know if it wasn't because it wasn't a comfortable seat. It was good. It was just I don't know if it was just anxious, excited, for going over there, and
Right.
That was probably a good bit of it. So yeah, it was fun, getting over there.
Okay.
We get into our get the ride from the black cab as they call it. They don't call them Ubers or anything. It's black cabs. So we got a black cab to drive us over. Man, it's horrible driving over there. I don't know if nobody goes over there. Make sure you have plenty of time for.
Well, they drive on the other side of the road, right, or the other side.
Yeah.
What do they do?
They drive on the opposite side of the road, and get why they do it. Here's the dumbest reason why they ever do it. Because back in the day, jousting, everybody's right-handed, they say. So the reason they do it on there is when you're jousting, you use your right hand. So everybody's going to be battling against each other with their right hand is going up against each other. So that's the reason why they drive on the wrong side of the road. This is like 2020, 2024. Get a clue. Let's move it on the right side of the road. Because it's crazy when you got to watch it when you step off the road because it's like you're used to looking to the one way and you're used to looking left and going off the curb and now you got to look to the right because you're going to get sideswiped because the roads are small, cobblestone roads. It's 20 miles an hour was the speed limits over there. It's crazy. Then they have all these loops, all the little circles. It was worse than New Jersey. Going around, because there's no exits. It was just everybody free for all, and you got all these big buses, the double-decker buses inside of them. It's crazy. But, it took us, they said it was a 6-mile travel from the airport to our hotel, and it took us 45 minutes. So that wasn't fun. But we get in there, we get everything settled. Everything was good in the rooms. Then we go out sightseeing and stuff. So that was fun. Go around town, seeing what we got going on, and everybody's telling us the tubes are not the easiest thing to use because the tubes are the subway. That's their subway over there because they have a couple of underground subways that they use and they call them the tubes. They got the red line. Yeah, tubes. T-U-B. Yeah, I guess because it's round. I guess underground. Could never figure that one out either. But and then it's that wasn't too bad. We finally figured that out afterwards. Sunday we were able to use the tubes because everybody was a little too nervous, so we took the black cabs everywhere.
A little too nervous.
Yeah. Not knowing where to get off, because and you ask the people there, oh yeah, just go down here, you get on this exit, you get off of this one, you get off, it's like talking to Philly people, if you're out of towners, nobody would know what to do, right? So, and they're just, baseball people coming over to town, they had no clue for people with baseball. So we go around sightseeing. You would think with the baseball whole new people coming over, you would think they would want to have showing off their best stuff. Well, there's no guards on duty anymore. Like there was no guards around to go see half the time. And so that was a little bit of a bummer because we want.
So there was no guards at Buckingham Palace?
No, because that was when we went sightseeing Friday. That's when I had the videos of they were doing everybody was in the practicing. Because it's the King's birthday next week. So everybody had to practice how to do their job. Don't you do this every day? Like, what's the big deal? You know what I mean? Like, you do it 365 days a year.
Yeah, but the King only has one birthday, and this is, I think, a big year for him.
Yeah, but maybe. This is his 81st birthday. Wasn't he 80 last year?
Yeah, but this, I believe, if I have my stats correct, This is his first birthday as the new king.
Correct.
So it's royalty, John.
I know.
You know what I mean? See, here's where things fell apart. We needed to get you, a press
a driver,
a press pass to let them know that we were sending our king to London.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That would have helped. That probably would have helped.
Well, that probably would have helped. But you know what? The other thing I found out, as you saw the picture of the crown, their heads are so small. These kings are like 3'3", like a 7-year-old. I mean, I couldn't even put that thing on. It was embarrassing. But I tried, but anyway, so we went and saw that, the changing of the guards and stuff.
But what changed if there were no guards?
Well, they were just doing all the practicing. So like they were all over town. They were all spread over town. They were at Buckingham Palace. They were at the Kensington place doing the other part of it.
Kensington?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I think it's the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly.
That's only an hour ride. Hell, I'd have went there.
Right. I mean, they were in Kensington, doing stuff on a dirt path over there, practicing. Everybody was practicing, so there was like no guards around.
Did you see the king?
No, but we did see somebody. I drove by, and it was somebody pretty high up because they cleared the roads and got him through real quick. So
I mean, if it was somebody and you thought
it looked like a prince, maybe, or something.
It was only a prince.
Maybe.
How did you determine that it was a prince?
Just because it kind of looks like a prince, somebody to me. I don't know. It could be Joe Schmo.
This insight is I couldn't ask for better.
Well, because nobody knew.
You didn't pay attention in history class, damn it.
No, well, it was some young kid anyway. But anyway, it was good. You saw it go by. Yeah. Royalty can flush itself. I don't know. But yeah, so we did that. We went through St. James Park. Saw that. That was nice. St. James Park, you again, a nice park right there in between Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace. Is this nice park. The whole walkway is full with duck poop. You're walking. I mean, literally, like it was like, come on, like you can't like clean it off. Like, I mean, literally, you're dodging in here. Everybody's like walking around and like swaying like through the maze of poop, But that was fun. I mean, it was a nice little park, and like I said, at the other end, you got to see the guys practicing again. So I mean, if anybody wanted to do anything to the royalty, that was the weekend to schedule it when they're the week before to, because you could have gotten into the palace if you wanted to real easily. I'm sure because nobody's.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you could have.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean the roads were closed off, but you could have easily snuck in the back door. I'm sure.
You should have tried it.
Yeah, if I was a little bit more friskier, I would have probably, but but so yeah, we had fun with that. Then came home again. We then got up. That was probably we went out to eat after that. We were walking around. Like I said, it was walking around like forever. So I think Jen had the insurance paid up because she was trying to kill me, but. We're only going to go a little bit over this way. Well, it's a half hour. It's a 45-minute walk. Sure, no problem. So I think we ended up walking like 7 miles that day.
Wow.
But it was good. We then we went to I think it was the Horseman's Keeper. I think it was the Horseman's Keeper where we ate. Nice food. The food was good. Of course, I got a burger, but everybody else got the fish and chips and stuff. So,
okay. Do you like seafood?
Yeah, no, just give me a burger.
Okay.
I mean, they said it was good.
How was their burger compared to our burger?
Tiny.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You did complain about the portions of the food.
I think White Castle's burgers were bigger than this.
White Castle. I like how you just threw that in.
You like that, yeah. Well, see, got to go with the Castle team, with the world team. But so yeah, we got that, and then
Where is the closest White Castle anyway? Like Allentown, Lehigh Valley, or something?
I don't know. Is there any more around? Because they used to be around back in the day, but I don't know if there's any locally around.
Okay, I'll look into that. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, there you go. And then then we came home. We finally figured our way around to get the black cab to get us home, and made it. I crashed, and then that was probably the best night of sleep I had. I just passed out, and then they woke me up the next morning so we can get going, and went over to the baseball game. And well, let's just say they weren't prepared for baseball over there in England. Getting to the ballpark, because once we were there, it was great. But they first of all, the stadium was built on an island, so there's like nowhere to get, no easy way to get to it. You had to go through tunnels to get to it, and none of the tunnels are straight. They're all wavy.
Now, are they tunnels or tubes?
No, these are tunnels for the roads.
Oh.
That you can drive over there.
Okay.
So they're wavy tunnels.
Wavy tunnels.
And you want to hear why they're wavy?
Can't wait.
Not because of jousting, but because of horse and buggies. Back in the day, that the tunnels were made for the horse and buggies. So
Okay.
a horse can't as long as he can't see an open space, he won't dart off. So because it's turning and he sees a wall, he's, I guess, scared or whatever, and won't just bolt away from the horse and buggy and flip the buggy over type of thing and run away. So
Okay.
so it's all, like I said, again, built for 20 miles an hour. So you're in these tunnels, you're swaying around when you're driving. But let's just say you need to bring your motion sickness pills when you're driving, because you're driving backwards too on some of the black cabs. So it's if you're not straight, if you're not liking the,
Like you're in the car sitting backwards?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so like it's a cab, and so you have seats facing each other. So
I understand.
We have that here in trains.
And like limos and stuff like that, you might not always be sitting straight.
Sure.
yeah, I guess true. But so that was a little bit, especially on our cab driver that we had coming from the airport. The guy must be driving like 100 miles an hour, trying to, and on one wheels going around turns. It was interesting. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, getting to the park, like I said, the roads were closed. Traffic was a nightmare getting there because the roads were closed. They decided to have, well, their yearly new naked bike ride was there that day. So, and then there was like 6 protests that were going on that closed off the roads.
I'm sorry, did you say a naked bike ride?
I did say naked bike ride, yeah.
So people were naked while riding their bikes?
That's what I was told.
And there was only 6 protesters?
No.
You see the naked bike riders firsthand.
Well, I didn't see them because I didn't know about it. That was not well advertised, because I would have definitely been there to get some action, get some. We had to cover that. I mean, it happens once a year. I mean, that's a special event, right?
That was not part of the itinerary.
No, because it wasn't advertised well.
Maybe it's only part of the naked community.
I don't know, but sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. According to the cab driver,
I mean, that would make sense. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on. Joe Stinger wants to know how your seats were in the stadium.
Oh, we had great seats. We were right behind home plate, on the second level there. Some of the videos you can see, it was very good seats.
Okay.
we were right next to we were like 2 sections over from where the Phillies media was.
Cool.
So yeah, it was good. And so yeah, it was fun. We like I said, we get there and we were driving and the cab driver's like, okay, I got to let you out here. I'm like looking around, there's like no. I could see the very tops of the stadium, but he's like, yeah, it's just over the hill over there. Oh, okay. He didn't give us any idea, so we were walking and we're following everybody. He's like, just follow everybody else because they're going to the park too. Okay, we get up there and we're walking and everybody was clueless, and we're walking up this street, and I'm like, this doesn't look right. And so fortunately, we were walking over a bridge, and off to our right is a drop off where the highway is, and then the stadium is up over there. So we're like, how do we get across this little highway to get over there? Fortunately, there was a father that was a local guy teaching his kid how to ride a bicycle going in and out of cones. And I'm like, excuse me, is this, before I go walking another 3 miles this way, is this where we go for the stadium? He's like, no, that won't get you to the stadium. There's no way to get across from over there. He goes, you got to go back. You got to go back from where you came down this embankment of steps, cross over the highway, and then walk around, just loop around the road, and then you'll come across to that orbit that I saw where it was the sack ride for the dinner. After the dinner, you go past that, and then you got to hang a left, and you'll see the stadium right there, which we did, and it was like another 10-minute walk away. So that wasn't too bad. We get into the ballpark. It was great. The people going through security there wasn't bad. They didn't give you too much problems with bags and stuff like that. It was all nice. So that part can't complain about. We went around, and the only thing inside there was the food was good. They had their New York Met stuff, different varieties for New York and then the Philadelphia market as well stuff, and then the food that they had there. So it was good walking around the stadium there. The only thing about for again being fans, trying to be fan friendly, building the game over there was no access to the players. Like there was the netting going all around the whole stadium, and then you had the outfield walls, and then behind home plate, you guys could see from the TV, you had that probably a 10-15 foot wall behind home plate. So there was like no way to get to the players. We got behind the dugout. I was able to see Derek Hall and yell out to him, and he turned around and saw me, and we waved and stuff. So that was good.
Cool.
Yeah, Joe, there was a tons of Phillies fans. I would say probably 80-20. I don't know if they estimated it on during the games of how many fans there were, but it was probably about 80-20, I would think.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody say like 75-25, so that sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere you turned, it was talking about going to this part of the city, and like, where are you at, where are you from, and different naming different towns. So that was kind of cool.
Did it feel like there were a lot of people that were like native to London there as well, or did it just sort of feel like an American takeover?
I think it was all American takeover.
Okay.
Probably 95-5, American takeover from the Mets and the thing. The Phillies
so
fans.
Like 5% of the people actually are true, like live in London, from London, live there. Thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that accomplished what they wanted then, because if they want to grow the game with people that are native to that area, it doesn't sound like that happened.
No, and even the coverage on TV wasn't that great. I don't know. Carl and I were talking about it, earlier today. That it wasn't that much coverage, behind the scenes other than the game here as well. That again, if you were trying to grow it. So yeah, I thought that was kind of weird.
Okay.
A little bit. They did do a kind of like the Phillies do the Subway race on the screen. They did their tubes race on there, but again, like I said,
Oh, got yeah. Okay.
What color one? Was
uh,
there?
I was not updated on that one because I was down trying to see if the team store was open, because there was going to the team store. There was 3-hour waits to get into the store to get the stuff, and by about
sounds like Citizens Bank some nights.
Yeah, no, true. So before the game, it was like 3-hour waits. So people then left at of course, when the first pitch started. So it opened up a little bit, but of course we were up top, and then came down. We had to keep coming down, up and down in between innings to see if the store was open, and then finally found the way into the store about the 7th inning, I think it was, when we got in.
And that was on Saturday?
On Saturday, yeah.
Okay.
So I missed the race there, and
so as far as introductions of players and starting lineups and teams, we've got Dan Baker. We're spoiled,
right.
Did they have a person from Major League Baseball, or did they have somebody from the country? How was that? How did they handle that?
It was all like native from the country, yeah, announcing it. So it was all right. It was just the broadcasters from the stadium when they called the players out on the line.
Like a British accent.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That must have been a little bit cool to kind of hear their names and sort of like a different.
Yeah, it was different, for that. But yeah, so yeah, it was good. We had that.
Did they sing their national anthem along with ours?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
they had both flag their songs were sung.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they had they threw out the Phillies and Mets logo, and then it brought out both flags on the stadium, so on the floor.
Nice.
So so it was good.
You know what I not to interrupt you, but what I thought was really, really cool. I didn't see it live, naturally, because they didn't show it, or at least I didn't see it. But the players were escorted by kids, just like they do in soccer.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really cool. Some of the players grabbed the kids by the hands, others just walked alongside them. But I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a good thing for that. And and of course, like Joe was saying, the Harper celebration, that was cool. The Phillies on Saturday.
What was the atmosphere like when he hit that home run? Was it almost like similar to a home run at Bank Park?
Oh yeah, because it was definitely a no doubter. Once it was off the bat, and of course he stood there and watched it, so it made it even that much more that everybody knew it was a home run.
I do have a question. So he used that cool bat on Saturday with the Fanatic as the guard.
Yeah.
But from what I could tell, he didn't use that on Sunday. Do we know why?
I haven't heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had the same question.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
Because he had a great day on Saturday. Why wouldn't you use the same bat on Sunday, unless maybe he broke it and he only had the one?
That was my thinking too. Is it may have been broken at the end.
Who only made him one?
I don't know. There was a lot of detail in that bat, and maybe Victus. Supposedly they only have the one guy who hand paints all the bats.
I would have thought also that maybe you would have changed it up and done a different bat on Sunday, because if they choose to try to replicate those bats and sell them, now you've got two different style bats that Harper used versus just the one.
Yep.
But I'm not in the bat industry, so I don't know. I just was wondering why, you kind of went back to the plain Jane bat for Sunday.
Yeah, well, that goes back like we were talking about marketing and stuff. The whole thing wasn't marketed real well, because by the time we went through Saturday, got into the team store, the Philly stuff were all sold out. Met
Yeah.
stuff was half off, but because they had to try to give people that stuff away. But the Met stuff was sold out. Fortunately, unfortunately for Tyler, he wanted to get a jersey over there of a player. He wasn't sure who he was going to get, a London jersey for the Phillies, and they were all sold out on Saturday. And then I'm like, "Is there any in the back?" He goes, "Nah." He's like, "Try it tomorrow." so I figured they had to save stuff for tomorrow, for Sunday's game to sell as well for people that were coming. They had a whole ton of jerseys that had no names on the back, and which was kind of strange because they were all in different colors. So yeah.
Was the merchandise there also sort of handled by Fanatics and Major League Baseball?
It's a good question. I'm not sure. I would assume it was Major League Baseball handled. I didn't see who the stuff was.
Okay.
Nike had the shirt. I do.
Nice.
So I believe that it was probably all Major League Baseball quality. So yeah, that was good. They didn't have a whole lot of stuff. Again, a lot of things were sold out. They didn't. There's the one. That was the popular shirt that got sold out quick.
Oh, sweet. Nice. Yeah. So that's Nike. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, that one was the one that was.
I'm not a very good.
No, you had it good.
We got it. We got the gist. All right. Cool. Nice.
Yeah, that was the good one with the Big Ben on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good. And then the nightmare happened afterwards, because after the Phillies celebrated the win, then we had to try to get home.
Well, it doesn't. Wait a minute. Time out. What do you mean nightmare? You didn't like throw down some pebbles to follow your tracks home?
No, because we came from the cab or the black cab that got us there, so we couldn't throw our pedals down.
So what time did you leave the stadium?
We left the stadium, I believe it was, what time was it? The game started at 6:30. I think it was like 9 o'clock.
Okay.
I think it was around 9 o'clock, right after the game was over.
And what time did you get to your hotel?
I believe it was like 12:32.
Wow.
And 26 seconds. But nobody was counting though.
So what happened?
Well, nobody had any clue what we can do. Like there was a lot of people there, security wise, going around the ballpark. And we asked the person, we're like, how do we get to a cab to be able to pick up a black cab, or is it easier to go with a black cab or take the tubes? And the guy's like, it's probably better to take the tubes, because the cabs can't get here, and for us to go back, there was no like, oh, we're on the corner of 12th and 17th Street or whatever, Spruce Street there to pick us up at. It was just right before the tunnel, and so he's like, yeah, just go up over around the other side of the stadium there, and you can pick up the tubes. Okay, cool, no problem. We're walking. He's like, yeah, just follow all the people. So there's like this whole army of people going, and and we're just like blind people. Everybody just walking in. There's blind people just walking around trying to find it. He's like, yeah, just follow the signs for it. So I get up to this one spot, and there's a lady in a golf cart for disabled access, people for help there. So I'm like, here we go. We'll get here a little quicker. I asked the lady. I said, no, they're called black lifts there, Shawnee. They don't know Ubers. So I asked the lady. I said, are you able to take us over to the entrance for the tunnel, for the tubes? She goes, oh no, I can't do that. I'm not allowed to pass this white line where I can't go into the street. And I'm looking at the lady. I'm like, the white line is right next to you in your golf cart, and the street is on the other side. So I mean, she had like a 6 foot walkway that you can only drive on. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. She goes, yeah, I'm only supposed to go up and back. I'm like, oh, okay, but I said, that doesn't take you to the tunnels? No, that takes you to East Jabib. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, so I guess that's not no help there. But she's like, yeah, it's just over here though. Just follow the signs. It's not too far. Just right over here. You'll find it. So we're walking, and like I said, then we had to go up steps. I think we climbed to the top of the pyramids in Egypt to get up the first flight of steps. Then we had to walk uphill a little bit, like on an incline, going around. And then it was like, so then all you keep seeing is all these guards. There was another souvenir stand. I think that's the reason why they sent us that way, so you can to go to see that other souvenir shop.
Did they have anything Tyler wanted?
No, it was like all these little sub ones. They said it was like a will call, like almost like you had to order it and then you pick stuff up over there. I couldn't understand it. It was like they had like two of every item that was showed up there.
They do that down at Disney too. You can buy stuff and pick it up at the end of your day. And
oh well, there you go. I don't travel that much, so that's what it was. And after this trip, I don't know how much more I'm traveling.
I'll tell you what. If somebody offered you a free trip to London, I don't think you're taking it.
No, definitely Kyle's not either. He hates London. But
so let's pull this apart a little bit.
Yeah.
You eventually make your way back to the hotel, and I'm sure you stayed in at least a 5-star hotel.
Of course.
They had no information to provide you with, as far as, how to get around town and different events and things. They had different events that they could tell you about, yes, but there was nothing that they could tell you to go which way was better. And I guess to their defense, you don't know with all the traffic that was going around for all the tubes and. So yeah, it was a little odd in that perspective. Well, you've got the largest event ever in this country. I'm assuming, right? I'm assuming
they had the Olympics there, so that's probably bigger.
So, but again, there you go. It's spread out because you've got different events in different locations.
Sure.
Right.
So they should be able to give you some sort of direction as to what's the best form of transportation to or from, or
Yeah, I think the government over there gave the MLBs the double fingers. They gave them the big double fingers there because, like I said, they closed all these roads down and all the tunnels because if that wasn't, according to the Black Cab people, it would be a lot easier moving around if these tunnels weren't closed because you had 2 or 3 tunnels that were closed, and then so everybody had to go to this one, that are like, horse and buggy or type of thing. So so you're going slow going through them. I mean, I think that one grandma walked past us inside the tunnel. She was walking faster than we were driving through the tunnels. Once we finally did get to a cab, but like I said, I walked for 2.5 hours, I think, leaving the stadium till we finally found something. And
2.5 hours.
Yeah. You thought I was breathing heavy today. You should have heard me then. Let me just tell you, my calves, I thought they were going to explode. They were giving me so much pain, and everybody's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, just keep walking. And if I stop, I'm done. I'm just going to be sleeping here in the middle." So we walked down up. Like I said, we walked to the top of the Egypt pyramids, walked down the pyramids, and so and then there's the train station. It was right here, like literally at the bottom of the steps. So I'm like, all right, so I guess this is where we got to go. I'm like, so we're going to the London Bridge. Oh no, sir, you can't take this one here. That's right next to us here, and no, you got to go back up the pyramid into a mall. Like so, it was like another set of steps we had to walk up, and then walk through the mall. So we're walking through King of Prussia Mall. The mall's closed, but we're walking through it. I mean, it was like a three or four story, mall. They're like, oh yeah, just at the other end of the mall is where the train station is. Oh, again, I think Franklin Mills was shorter distance than to get to the end of the mall than it was for that. So then we get to that, we then walk down steps again and then get into the train station, and then it was like everybody was like sardines. There must have been 10,000 people, 20,000 people, trying to get into the station. We're like, screw this, because then everybody's like, oh no, the tubes are going to take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get back to the London Bridge. I'm like, at this point, I think it was like 11:20. It was like a little after 11. So then we then go outside. We finally got, that was the other thing. We couldn't get any cell reception, which made it hard to be able to order the cab. We finally got cell reception. It was kind of like being here at the store. You had to stand up on one foot. Hold your hand up high, for a sign. And we get out, finally get a cab to come. Fortunately, as they were trying to order it, I was able to flag down a cab. He just pulled up, and I'm like, "You available?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And then so he got us home, Ooh. and then then it still took 45 minutes for the cab ride to get home.
But at least you were sitting at that point.
At that point, yeah, I was sitting, and
Were you up front with the driver?
No, they wouldn't let us up front. Again, my back was turned, so we got back to the hotel, and just like I said, I landed flat in the bed. I just fell in, and that was it. And they said, "Roll me over."
Sean brought up, a great idea, as far as, traveling in a group with a sports trip where they plot everything out for you,
right,
and that sort of thing. So, maybe.
Yeah, but somebody, I heard a couple of people complaining about those trips as well. As far as just because again for the buses to get over there, so yeah, I don't know. Even the Phillies front office that they said it took them 3 hours to get from the airport to their hotel when they got in. So yeah, it was just that. It was just everything. I think it was just just one of those things.
Too many people zeroing in on one spot.
Right.
Well, that and not knowing what to do. Because to bring it into perspective here, it's like having it in the middle of Center City with no 95, no highway, no Schuylkill Expressway, no highways. It was just all back road, like you're cutting through all this.
Well, that's an Eagles game on home Sundays.
Right. But at least you had 95 that you could get to that let people out. Everybody's going through. And then a couple subway tunnels were closed, so yeah, it was.
There's no equivalent to a police directing traffic or crossing you across the street or anything like that.
No, because they don't have police. Everything's on video over there. So right. they send you the tickets through, because they have a smaller police force over there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean.
So the baseball was good. The traveling, not so much.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and I think some of it was partly our fault, as far as not knowing, our way around. But leave for Brazil. Well, I think that's even a worse area to go to.
That's a good one. I like that.
Shawnee, we're not going with John. We're going on a sports trip.
Yeah. But I did forget about one part on Friday that we were doing.
Don't leave anything out. Come on.
Was the home run derby. That was awesome.
Okay, there you go.
That was really cool. But it was again Major League Baseball.
But Joe, that can be dangerous too, as we know. So
yeah, don't go with me.
It's best to go in a car.
Don't walk. Don't walk.
Yeah.
And their sidewalks are narrow in Tri-Eagle Road.
Right. Parked cars ended up popping up on them. It's just one of those things. But anyway, we get to Trafalgar Square, I think I said that right. I'm sure I see you squinting.
It's
over there,
close
Brian.
enough.
Yeah.
If they're all you were through, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So we got to that. We got there. Again, it was supposed to be this big Major League Baseball experience. Like you thought it was going to be like, fan fest type of thing. There was like Topps baseball cards that had a stand, and then like 12 batting cages that they had that weren't even like real batting cages. They had like soft toss pop-ups that people were hitting the baseballs out of, off of. And then a couple food stands, and then of course from the videos you could see the big batting cage that was there that people were able to use when it wasn't done during the home run derby.
I
but it was cool.
The Mets guys won the derby.
They did because I think Chase Utley got screwed.
I didn't hear this part.
Yeah, he got screwed. Did
he take the black cab or the tube?
I think he took the tunnel.
Yeah. He took the tunnel. He got screwed. He had the horse and buggy. but no, they because it was like a video game type of thing that right. They were using.
Yeah,
he took a couple pitches because his pitching coach wasn't that good. That had some bad pitches. So Chase took like 4 or 5 pitches his first round, and he only had 12 pitches that you got. So he didn't. So when it was done, he thought he had 4 or 5 more pitches to go, and he's like, "That's it." So he lost out on 4 or 5 swings.
So they counted those.
They counted them.
Oh. So the Mets got even with him.
Right. Exactly.
After all those years.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there was a lot going on. They didn't forget. They had signs up. We'll never forget from Chase Utley breaking the guy's leg with the slide. They had pictures of that. So yeah, that was good because they introduced everybody, and again, it was like a Phillies home crowd. When they did what was it? Daniel Murphy. They announced him. It was the boos were going crazy, loud. And then of course, Chase it was loud, for the cheers, but it was cool beforehand. They had Shane Victorino came up and did a little bit of batting, and Ryan Howard. David Wright and Mike Piazza didn't even swing the bat. They had Dylan Betances come up, was the only representative that for the Mets, and so it was kind of weird, and then they had Howard and Victorino signed some autographs. Cole Hamels was there a little bit as well, for a couple of people that were up close to the stage. But again, you couldn't really get close to them too much. You had to like hold it up. They were 10 feet above you or whatever.
So go off script here a little bit. Did you run into anybody that you knew? Anybody from back home?
That was the funny thing. Not too many. I think I ran into 2 people, and then on our airport coming home yesterday, we had 2 gates that we had to go to because the rest of the family went to Ireland, and then I was coming home. And so
did they make it to Ireland okay?
They did. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Yep. Kyle had his Guinness, and so he was all happy.
Nice.
And
just
so
one? Just one?
Well, just the one in the picture, but I'm sure there was more. And
I'm disappointed if it was only one.
Right, exactly. And so again, over there, it's another weird thing. The black cabs can't drop you off at 2 different spots in the airport. So I ended up having to walk because we went to the first gate. I went from gate 2 to gate 3 to walk to get over there. So I'm walking through the tunnels. Like again, I'm just going blind. It's like, oh yeah, just keep following the sign for gate or terminal 3.
Keep following the sign to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm walking, and who do I run into? Jimmy Clark's son.
No way.
Yeah. he's coming from one direction and I'm kind of going around, and him and his now fiance ran into them because she did say yes when they were over there. So breaking news there for that.
I thought it was a secret.
Well, it was, but he already asked her, so the ring was on her finger, so there's no secret anymore.
All right.
So
very cool.
I had to look because we were talking there for a couple minutes, and I'm like, she finally brought her hand moved around, that I could see the ring was on there. I'm like, oh, so congratulations, because I didn't want to be like congratulations, and she said no to him or something, or he just didn't ask or whatever. So I didn't know, so it was kind of like awkward a little bit. But I was talking to him, and
were they there for the games?
They were.
Okay. Nice.
So yeah, they had a good time, and then yeah. So unfortunately, Sunday I was wiped out. My body collapsed and I couldn't do anything. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to Passyunk Ave for the tailgate and stuff. But supposedly that was fun. So that that was a good time, and watched the game at the hotel.
So a little bit of what I picked up from various people. There's 3 different Passyunk Avenue locations,
right,
throughout, this particular area, and apparently they were all flooded with Phillies fans.
Oh yeah. Everywhere you walked around town, that's all you saw was Philadelphia fans.
Yeah.
Everybody was go Phils, passing each other by. So yeah, it was definitely a good experience.
So we've got some homework to do, because we want to try to find some contacts with those guys and have them on to one of our future shows, where they can hopefully call in and join us.
Cool.
Maybe live from one of their spots.
Nice.
I saw them interview on television. One of the, I'm not sure if he was an owner or a manager, but he seemed very pumped up and excited for Phillies baseball. But again, I think he's from there. And, I would just like to know who brought it there, how was it brought there? What was the connection with Passyunk Avenue? Because come on, seriously, Passyunk Avenue,
right?
You know what I mean?
They had to be Philly guys.
Somebody originally, right, had to like endorse that and bring that there or start it up. But you know what I found interesting? In the one TV shot was a Brian Propp jersey hanging up.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was the coolest thing.
Oh yeah.
Because they had stained glass of Bobby Clark, Mike Schmidt, Julius Erving. It just looked absolutely spot on. And then there's a Brian Propp jersey pinned up against the wall.
Guffaw.
Guffaw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely a spot that I wanted to get to, but we weren't able to, because that was kind of in the opposite direction of the stadium and ballpark.
That wouldn't have worked.
No.
That would have been another pyramid involved.
No, exactly. That definitely enough pyramids over there. But yeah.
One of the questions that I had for you, so the Phillies are going back next year. Is John O'Brien going back next year? Knowing what you know now, right? You got all the dirty work.
You got this experience.
You got this all figured out, right?
Yeah, it's definitely figured out. It's an experience that that you can't pass up, because it was cool. Obviously, making a little bit of fun about it. With the.
Well, you have to.
Right. Because like you said, you now know the experience about it a little bit.
Right.
Different things. So. Yeah, I definitely think it would be, definitely a fun adventure, for people to go see, and hopefully from the coverage, if you weren't able to make it, you were able to experience it,
right,
as much as you could. That's what we were hoping to do with doing what we did.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it was definitely fun. It was definitely interesting. A lot of their drinks, they don't put ice in them. It was weird.
Are they all cold then?
They are cold, yeah. Well, at least at the bar that we went to, they didn't have a lot of the ice in them. for a lot of things. Their pizza is like paper thin. It was like having a tortilla, like a wrap. I don't know.
Flatbread.
Oh, it was. You saw through it. It was a piece of paper was thicker. A piece of paper was thicker than that.
So don't order the pizza.
Well, I would have eaten about 2 pizzas myself. We went there, and I guess they were kind of like personal pizzas. I guess is what they were, because they were about 12-inch pizzas. But they were like so super thin. Especially after you're doing all that walking, we needed to eat a little bit more than that. But yeah, no, it was good. The whole adventure, was good. Overall, and the baseball was good. To see Bryce Harper put on his show, and Whit Merrifield, had a home run, and Castellanos had a home run. It was nice to see the team, playing as well as it did. You could just see it was a different team that you could see even in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
They came out, they were having fun, but it was they were there for a business trip, type of thing, and to get their win. And even hearing Kyle Schwarber talking today, you can kind of tell it's like their mindset's a little bit different, because
they're glad it's over.
Well, it's over, but also like he was saying, like, we're not, don't worry about it, we'll get it tomorrow, type of thing. And it kind of seemed like that was their motto the past couple of years. You would hear them, oh yeah, we'll get them tomorrow. Yeah, we'll watch. It goes tomorrow. And now it's like we're mad when we lose, and we're on to staying focused on today's game. So you can kind of see that and feel that a little bit when you're there. The ballpark was I don't know how it looked to you on TV, but it was small. I thought, like, not so much the distance feel, but like just the feel of the whole.
They closed it. They closed it in, right?
Yeah, it's all closed in. It was built so there was no wind in there. There was built to have no wind in the stadium, which was kind of cool, and you could feel it, because once you went outside the stadium seats, there was good wind blowing around, and it was you had the tunnel, the wind tunnels going.
They talked a little bit about that. I guess that had something to do with the Olympics, and for the athletes.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense. So there's no like outside interference.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, I thought it was a soccer thing, to be honest, but I didn't know why.
It could very well tie into that as well.
But it didn't seem small on TV. No, it seemed massive.
Right.
Well, that's why I kind of thought it's the same thing, because the Uber or the black cab driver said it held like 85,000 people or something like that, and I think you said it was maybe a little bit more than that, Carl. That they announced.
Yeah, I thought they said that stadium was 100,000 capacity for soccer.
That's what I kind of thought. And so I'm expecting something big like the Vet, high and everything like that, and it was definitely. A nice feel, because it was nice and warm, and you felt like everybody was, watching close enough to no matter where you sat.
That's not even the actual soccer field. That was a field that they produced for baseball, and they were going to spend the next 2 weeks taking it up and storing it. Apparently, they used it 4 years ago when the Yankees were over there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so they can store it, because I know, because the soccer field's got the pitch to it, so
yep,
they had to get rid of that. But
yep.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like I said, because the soccer stadium, from the one picture that I saw, looked like it kind of ran from left field to first base, kind of that way, where the baseball field kind of went across the middle of the shorter end of it.
Okay.
So yeah, it was nice. We had a good time there, and
cool.
Sunday's game, and then yesterday we went on Monday we went and did some more sightseeing, and again, the changing of the guards, they canceled that for the people. It's you go over to England, you want to see the changing of the guards,
right?
It's kind of the things you want to see, and
Well, I mean, like you said, you would kind of think like all of these people are over there, and yes, we're trying to expose London to baseball.
Right.
You would think you have all these tourists there, you have all these people that are so new to it. So, like, let's put our best foot forward.
Right.
Yes.
But I mean, if it's the king's birthday or something crazy like that, but you would have thought the planning would have been a little bit different.
That was my thinking. Especially if you had all these events going on. You would have thought they wouldn't have had it this weekend.
Right. You would think that Major League Baseball would have at least talked to a few other people over there to find out, okay, maybe that's not the best weekend to go.
Right.
And also thinking, okay, beginning of June, kids are out of school, people are going to take vacations. This is probably going to be pretty well attended by Americans.
Right. Well, they said that the Phillies set the record. We had the most people from Philadelphia book tickets and travel over in the 3 games that they've had so far over there in London. Yeah, it was good. Like I said, it was just you got to see a lot of things, but some things you didn't get to see.
Right.
That you would have liked to have seen while you're over there to click off the check off the bucket list type of things.
Right. Well, you'll just have to go back.
Yeah, exactly. But so I mean, one thing you may not want to check off the bucket list if you go over there is the eye, because that kind of sucked, to be on the eye the Ferris wheel. I thought it was going to be better than it was, but it was about a 15-minute ride. They said it was 30 minutes, but it was really only 15. I guess it was 30 minutes of pounds or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was a little expensive too. That was definitely something that it was a little more expensive, because everything else was pretty reasonable. Like prices for the most part were going out to restaurants and stuff were kind of comparable to here.
Right.
That was the one thing that I was a little bit shocked by. For the prices for that one. But yeah, no, it was overall a great trip, and
good, nice.
Yeah, it was just what did you guys think? Carl and I had talked a little bit. What did you think about the coverage from the baseball itself? From being here, because obviously I didn't get to experience that part of it.
I mean, I thought they did a great job with it. I didn't really have any complaints. Did you, Dad?
I honestly thought they could have done a better job, like, sending people around town and experiencing, different things. They were all focused. It was baseball. You know what I mean? Like Saturday, it came on at 1:00. You know what I mean? And then they just showed little spot shots of different things.
Gotcha.
I mean, naturally, the Philly Fanatic stole the show because he was here, there, and everywhere. And then, you get Fox on Saturday and ESPN on Sunday, and you got the B team from both. They didn't even send the top guys.
Well, that was the other thing. Like, again, where baseball, didn't plan it out well, because you had the Mets or the Yankees and the Dodgers playing this weekend as well. So that's why we got second fiddle. But
they got more attention than going to London did.
Right, and that's like defeating the purpose, like Lauren was saying. That it doesn't really serve the purpose of trying to build the fan base over there.
For television.
I know he was there.
And then
Bob said Tom McCarthy was there, but he was there for outside type stuff. He wasn't there for game stuff.
Right.
He was probably just paid for by the Phils because he's such a long time employee, and
yeah.
And then you said they sent Taryn Hatcher over there, and she didn't have much going on herself. Type of thing, which is kind of weird for, again, the building of the game. So yeah, it was kind of weird.
They built you up, to get your adrenaline going, and then was kind of like, okay, here you are, you're on your own.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, because that was because, like I said, when you're over there, I always kind of felt like it wasn't even a sports town over there. It was kind of weird. Like, I mean, and that's even considering soccer, because they didn't hear much soccer talk or anything like that. Talking hearing the people talking in the restaurants. It was like, the guy was trying to explain it to his girlfriend or wife or whoever she was, and
Significant other.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
that makes sense, because they're probably trying to build it up in an area where maybe there's not anything that sort of dominates the region.
right. Yeah. Other
Right.
than this West Ham soccer team or whatever it was.
Right.
But yeah.
Lauren, did you have any layups prepared for tonight?
I did. I thought I would stay on theme. What would you prefer? And John might have already answered it, but two of their bigger meals over there are bangers and mash and fish and chips. So if you had to pick one to eat, which one are you going with?
All right, so you need to tell me what a banger is.
That's like a sausage, and bangers and mash is like sausage and like mashed potatoes, basically.
I'm all in on that, but I'm a big fish and chips guy. But
Well, you gotta only pick one.
All right, bangers and mash.
Okay.
John?
That's probably if those are the two options, then bangers and mashes. Would be mine.
Although I'm a fish and chips guy, so I enjoy it. I get it out. I'm a big grouper guy down in Florida, so.
Well, it was cod. It was cod over there, and I mean it was a nice good sized chunk of.
Right, damn it! It's fish and chips, okay.
Well, but it was cod.
But a cod is a type of fish.
I understand that it is, but he was just talking about grouper. It's not a grouper. It's a cod.
John O'Brien, focus. You're home now.
I am, but I'm focused because you got to give the details. They had cod over there, not grouper.
There's no grouper in London.
I understand, but they call it fish and chips. Damn it! When you go into the pub, that's what's on the menu. It doesn't say cod. It don't say cod and chips.
But I know, but it's fish and chips. But when you ask him what kind of fish it is, it's cod. Just so people
ask him what kind of fish it is.
I mean, you did bring up the grouper, so I'm going to blame you on this one, Dad. You brought up the grouper, you threw John off. Now he's all confused.
I just wanted. I didn't know there was different type of fish. No, I'm kidding. But no, yeah, they had cod over there. I don't know why, but yeah, it was nice and the good size. I mean,
so that portion was okay.
Yeah, of course, because it was something they weren't feeding me.
Right. Okay. Did you just get burgers everywhere you went?
Of course.
Okay. Did you eat any fish and chips or bangers and mash?
No, because we ate at the ballpark.
Okay.
For the games, because for us it was we had dinner time over here. We had
what was the ballpark food like?
Good. It was decent. It was regular ballpark food, because like we ate the boomstick,
like chicken fingers and fries, hot dogs, or more burgers.
I think they call them fish and chips.
Was it grouper?
I did have a burger. I did have a burger that was good at the ballpark, and then they had it was called boomstick nacho or chili nachos.
That's the hot dog. That's what's in
And it was about a 2 foot long tray of nachos.
That's basically a Americanized hot dog, boomstick.
Well, no. This was just straight. No, it wasn't a hot dog. They did have that though too. They had the boomstick hot dog as well, and I think they had like a eating contest there about that. But this was straight nachos. I think they put a whole bag of nachos. I saw them preparing it. It took like a whole big bag of nachos and then threw chili and cheese and all the stuff on top of it.
Well, that's good, right?
Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was good. The burger was good. And then
All right,
So
we got at the end of the show. We got a grade out of them.
There we go. I like it.
And it was about food too, because I don't usually go crazy about food. So yeah, we did that, and we ended up going back because that Horseman's Guard or whatever, wherever we went, that for the food with the fish and chips, it was so good. We ended up going back there again a second time, and I got.
It must have been the grouper.
Yeah, yeah, that time it was grouper. I think it was Northern Pike this time. I'm not sure.
Northern Pike.
Yeah, Northern Pike.
Oh boy.
So yeah, so we had that. So I had the same thing again with the fries.
Another burger.
Oh yeah, of course. You really can't go wrong with a burger.
Can't go wrong with a burger.
Especially what was it? A Wagyu burger? What's it? Wagyu?
You had that fancy burger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they were. But that was the only burger they had. So it's like,
okay.
So yeah, nice. It was a Wagyu burger or whatever. I thought when you're over in London, you had to eat like people in London. So that's why I went with the Wagyu. It sounded English, or British. I don't know. but yeah, so it was good. And then the trip home yesterday was eventful. So.
All right. Well, you're home.
Yeah, it's never a good thing when your name gets called when you're in the airport. They come up and see that the person at the front desk. That's never a good sign. Just so you know in advance if people are traveling.
Just so you know.
They took your beer bat off of you?
No, they didn't take my beer bat off me. They moved me from premium economy to back to the normal class of people.
Oh no!
I got bumped. I got bumped to like the Bob Euchre seat, the last row of the airplane. Not a fun experience. Let me just tell you. So, but it was a little bit better because the one lady that she was actually in first class and it got bumped back there as well.
Wow!
Yikes!
Well, it was either that seat or no seat.
Well, right. Well, that's what they said. Because I'm like, when's the next flight out? They said, Wednesday. Wednesday or Thursday, I think would have been like the next one because everything else was full.
Wow.
It was strange. Our flight got bumped back a little bit as well. So yeah, you want to talk about another little bit of a rant? I had to wake up at 5:00 in the morning on Tuesday over there. My flight didn't take off until 12 or 1:30. It actually pushed away and went up the runway at 1:30. Just so you know, Johnny wasn't too happy.
Their time or our time?
Their time.
Their time.
Yes, there was no little 5-hour difference. It was all 8.5 hours that was in the airport. Yeah.
Wow. They had a Chickies and Pete's over there.
They didn't have a Chicky and Pete's, and then Johnny got bumped from premium economy to the normal class. So, yeah, it wasn't a good adventure on the way home. So, and then I even going through security, they had me do a sneaker check. I had to get my sneaker checked. I'm like, what? What is this? They're like, yeah, it's a random thing. You just put your foot in here, sir. So I had to stick my foot up into the thing and it got scanned. Then I had to put the other foot in and that one got scanned. I'm like, okay.
Johnny, here's what I've learned. Don't even leave the state.
No, exactly.
Just stay in Pennsylvania.
Exactly. It's
your nucleus is Levittown, Reading, Havertown.
That's exactly.
It. That's my triangle.
That's your quadrum.
Exactly.
Move out of there.
You can have all the goddamn burgers and fries you want.
That's right.
Exactly.
You can have all the ice you want with Sprite.
Yeah. And then I'm going through the luggage. I put my luggage in. They scan it, and they're like, the guy takes it from me. Like he just takes it. It goes off. He's like top secret. He won't say anything. I'm like, that's my luggage. He goes, yeah, I know. He goes, and then he's like starting to like scan over it with the wand and everything. And so then he has to take it apart because then because my CPAP machine, they couldn't use my CPAP machine. They had to do that individually. I'm like, really? So then they had to push that through again and push everything else through. Yeah. So yeah, it was fun. But even still, with all that going on, we were still 3 hours in early for our flight. Even with the sneaker check. Who heard of a sneaker check? What do you got in your sneaker? other than a foot.
They've seen it all.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was great. It's great to be back. We're back on good ground. Everybody's driving on the right side of the road. So it's all good.
Good to hear, Johnny. Welcome back.
And the clocks are in the right positions and everything. So yeah, it's all good.
All right. There's plenty more of this Fans View shows, so we can we can piggyback to some of this conversation. But we're on the road for the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
So we're at Hanrahan's Irish Pub, where you can get fish and chips. You can get Guinness. You can get all the ice you want.
Yep.
So we're there.
At Hanrahan's, isn't fish and chips chicken fingers?
No.
It's not. Oh, okay. I thought that's what it was. I thought it was. I wasn't 100% sure. I didn't eat it. I know people like it there. It's good.
No.
I thought
they've got cotton chips.
They got cotton chips? It's back.
Oh, Johnny.
Poor Johnny. I don't know how long is it going to take you to get back to normal.
Normal? What's that? What's
All
that?
right. Hanrahan's Irish Pub next Wednesday.
Yep.
Following Wednesday, we got another banger at Buffalo Wild Wings.
There you go.
We got Brian Propp. We got Ken Dunnick. So we got 2 guests at Buffalo. We got Oris Kinderchuk celebrating 50 years of Flyers hockey next Wednesday at Hanrahan's Irish Pub. So we got a lot of cool stuff going on. Emily has told us twice during the show that she's going to be there next week. So I guess they're going to be there next week.
That's what I've heard.
Twice she put in the show. So
very excited.
That they're going to be there. So
nice.
I guess they're thinking about moving back to Pennsylvania. Is that what I'm saying?
No, she's in town for Cole. That's about it. She's not for you. So don't think it was because she missed the show.
If you're only coming up for Cole, then don't even show up.
Oh,
wow.
It's not a Carl sighting; it's a Cole sighting. Damn it!
Yeah, hey, come on. If you're not here for us, then we're second fiddle to Cole Hamels.
Well, Johnny, you know what? Sometimes being second fiddle is being better than nothing at all.
This is true.
This
is true. But then also don't forget. That's why the football stuff's out on the table here in case people didn't notice, and the other flyer, Quinyon Mitchell, the #1 draft pick, here sitting right where I'm at. July 11th, right? Thursday night?
Thursday, July 11th. Starts at 6:30.
Get your tickets. Meet him. He's going to be special.
What's that, Lauren?
I wonder if he's ever had grouper.
Wonder if he's ever been to London.
I bet you he has.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to find out.
We are. Damn right.
Definitely going to find out and see if he likes fish and chips too.
Or chicken fingers.
Or chicken fingers. That's my fish and chips.
Hey, speaking about beers and breweries and pubs and anything related to Humane Pennsylvania, what do you got going on, Lauren?
We started our mini pints 2 weeks ago, I believe. So mini pints for pups. We've got tours all over Berks and Lancaster County. This is the one rare weekend where we don't have anything going on, but we have 2 next weekend, back to back, one on Saturday and one on Sunday. So if you're interested in attending, you can get the full rundown at humanepa.org.
There you go. Hey, happy Father's Day to everybody.
Yes. Yep.
Happy Father's Day. I'm going to celebrate in, where am I celebrating? At the Redner Event Center.
That's right, Redner's Event Center.
In
Whoa! Look at you
with the Reading Fighting Phils and the
Rumble Ponies.
No. They're the AA affiliate of the Boston Portland Sea Dogs. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Portland Sea Dogs. They got a pretty good prospect plays on that team. Yeah. So anybody wants to come out to Reading on Sunday, that's where I'll be celebrating.
Now, is this one of the first events that are in there, like, or have they had other games?
No, they had other games. Yeah, they had people renting it out. So, from my understanding, the inside part of it is you free roam. That the best thing I can kind of like equate it to would be like the Hall of Fame Club at Citizens Bank Park.
Okay.
So you can step inside. It's air conditioned. There's seating. There's a bar. There's food. All that. And then you step outside on like, they call it like the veranda, and that's where your seat is to watch the game.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, so just like the Hall of Fame where you have the inside and outside.
Yeah, there's no like stadium seating the way it is at the Hall of Fame. There are individual chairs that you can like move however you want, all across. Because if like somebody wanted to rent the whole thing during the game, there's no like broken up pods out there. So everybody's just kind of, there's like little plant dividers that they'll put. So you sort of stay in your enclosed like pod, so to speak.
Right.
But that pod could be 2 or 3 groups deep, depending on how many people you have. So it's kind of a little bit of a free for all, but an organized free for all.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. All right. Johnny, thank you for the hour plus long entertainment. It was on your watch, and I hope you had found some enjoyment in that trip.
Oh, yeah. When you're with the family and everything, and kids, Phillies baseball, Phillies won. It was great. It was a great time. Great trip. My sister, she treated us, she spoiled us. So yeah, it was definitely a good trip, and
very good.
Something you can't forget. So hopefully,
very good. All right. On that note, we've exhausted ourselves.
Yes.
Starving.
You're starving?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Guys, have a great week. Rest of your week, the weekend. Happy Father's Day. Congrats to all our graduates. Congrats to all our puppies that have gotten adopted. I hear you guys are sending home a lot of forever friends. So you guys are doing great work at UMaine, Pennsylvania. So good job. Johnny, welcome back.
Thank you.
I'll hold the fort down tomorrow. You're back in on Friday.
Yep. And just coincidence, does Wawa have fish and chips?
No, just grouper.
Just grouper? All right, because that's where I'm headed.
It won't be caught, I can tell you that. But you can get it at 7-Eleven. So.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
So don't try fish and chips for my first time at 7-Eleven.
I wouldn't.
All right.
Have a great night, guys. Thank you.
See you later.